Hey, everybody. This is Keith Gleason, host of Indie Comics Relay, creator of the Mighty Mascots, and promoter for the Plastic City Comic Con. And I'm here with another indie recommendation video. Before we get into that, just a reminder that Mighty Mascots number 10 triple size anniversary issue still live on Indiegogo. We have 17 days left. We're at 119% over goal, which is awesome. And we still, right after this, I plan on going in demand. So I know Christmas is right around the corner. So if you can't get it now, look to get this, in January, February, because we'll still be open on the site. So it's a brand new issue. It's going to be about 60 plus pages. Plus, we got the Breakfast Brawler action figures. So check that out. Also, Plastic City Comic Con, August 23rd, 2025. Registration is open right now for artists and vendors. Check it out. We're starting to build the website again. We started early with the promotions here, so check that out as well. All right, so I've been doing these videos for a while now. I feel like I always need to explain in case this is your first time checking out one of these videos. I do my previews orders every month with DCBS. And as I'm going through the entire previews catalog, I see a lot of great indie books that people might not know about. I try to highlight like the number one issues, things like that. But this isn't every book that's out there. It's just books that I find interesting that I'm probably going to put on my pull list. I'll either get them as floppies or as a trade later on. Without further ado, let me bring up my list here. And all right. So our first one this month is Creepshow in Love One Shot. This is put out by Image Comics and is $4.99. It's a one shot. It's Creepshow has been going with Image for a while now, maybe a couple of years. They've been doing mini series and a series of one shots. Like they just had a holiday one, a Valentine's Day themed one shot. The thing that's cool about this is a couple of great creators, Merker Andolfo, which I've never read, but I've heard Sweet Paprika is a great series. But Patrick Horvath is actually writing one of the stories, and he's the guy that had that hit last year with Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. So I'm curious to see what he adds to the Creepshow universe. So I've been enjoying all these books. I've been buying them all along, and I thought I'd highlight a new Creepshow book. So check that out. If you want to order it, there's a diamond code up here, and the diamond code is what you give to your retailer, your comic store, on your pull list to let them know that you want this book. Not all of the stores, with my experience, order indie books. There's some that just order Marvel, DC. So if you want stuff like this, you got to ask for it. So that's the best way to do it, is give them that diamond code. Tell them, heard about it on ICR. All right. Our next book is Mine is a Long Lonesome Grave, number 1. Now, this is a 4-issue miniseries by Oni Press. The writer on this is Justin Jordan. Artist is Chris Sheehan. Now, this looks really cool, especially if you like revenge stories. This one has a mystical element. The writer on this, Justin Jordan, if you don't know, he's the guy that did The Strange Talent of Luther Strode and Dead Body Road. He's a really cool creator. Luther Strode was a great series. There was a couple mini series of that one. It was really fun. But this sounds really cool. It's a revenge story, but it's about a guy that gets cursed with like a magical hex, and he has about 7 days to find out who cursed them before he dies. And I love stories like that. So I think this looks cool. I like that Oni Press has taken chance with some of these different style stories. There's one I just picked up about I think it's called Caldevero PI. I'll be reviewing it on the channel at some point, but it's like a skeleton detective, so I like that they're trying some new things outside of their licensed properties. And this just looks cool. I like a good crime story, and the cover and the artwork look great. So if you want to check out Mine is a Long Lonesome Grave, this is the diamond code that you would give your retailer. Let them know you want some indie books. All right, moving on to our third choice this month. This is Graveyard Club Fresh Blood #1. This is put out by Boom Studios. Writer on it is R.L. Stine. Artist is Carola Borelli, I think is how you say. I'm horrible with names, so get that out of the way. This is a one shot. Now it's a little pricey. It's $9.99. I had initially they've released one of these already. I had initially had passed up on it, but I ended up buying it when one of the comic book stores in the area had like a big sale on single issues. So I got it at like half price and I read it and I liked it. It's very much like R.L. Stine's version of like Scooby-Doo, or like a kid gang that goes and investigates supernatural things. They live in this weird town where the only cool place to hang out is the graveyard. So that's how they kind of came together as a group. But I'm on board. Now, it is a big retail, suggested retail price. I got to tell you, it's like a graphic novel size book. And yeah, so it's definitely worth your money. And it's R.L. Stine, who, if you've read Goosebumps and some of his horror stuff, you know you're going to get a good story from him. So I definitely say I recommend it. And if you can find the first one still, that one would be where I would start. But I'm sure it's going to be loose enough that, that you could probably pick this one up and still be able to follow the story. Like I said, it's just a group of kids investigating supernatural stuff. So if you want to get the Graveyard Club, give them this diamond code. Let them know that we sent you. All right, moving on. We got 4 more. Next one is Pop Kill #1. This is a 4-issue miniseries by Mad Cave Studios. The writer on this is Jimmy Palmiotti. The artist is Juan Santa Cruz. And cover artist is Dave Johnson. It is about like competing soda companies, like if they were owned by Siamese twins. And then it's like a world of espionage and saboteurs and stuff. I just like the idea of competing soda companies, which is kind of fun. Now, I know that this was originally, I think Jimmy Palmiotti kickstarted this a while ago. I remember seeing this as a graphic novel, and they must have taken, I think they did a couple of them, or he did a couple of them. And I think they must have taken it and broken it down into issues, and now they're being released by Mad Cave. So I had missed the original Kickstarter. So I had missed this one initially, and I wanted to get it because I thought it looked really cool. I mean, that cover is great. So I'm kind of glad that they're going to re-release the singles now from Mad Cave. Mad Cave's been doing a great job on stuff. So I'm looking forward to this. $6.99. I'm guessing you'll probably get at least 30 to 40 pages worth of content for this. So if you want to check out Pop Kill, this is the diamond code that you would give your retailer, and let them know you want indie books. All right, 3 more to go. Our next one is New Zodiacs. This is Pisces from the New Zodiacs. This is a graphic novel, or more like a prestige format kind of book. This is written and drawn by artist Joe St. Pierre. Joe is actually a good friend of mine, been on the show here, and I see him all the time at conventions. Just saw him like 2 weeks ago. And Joe is such a great guy. Known him for years now, 15 years at least. And he has a series called the New Zodiacs, and it's all heroes that are inspired or created by the zodiac symbols and the zodiac signs, basically. And I'd have to say Pisces, this one, which is his character Cricket, which is a psychic, talks to the dead. I actually backed this one on Kickstarter, so I just got the book not too long ago, maybe about a month ago. Still have not sat down and read it, but I have read his previous New Zodiacs. And I have read the first appearance of Pisces, and this is a cool character. And this one's definitely worth checking out. And as you can see, Joe's pretty good with his pencils too. It's great artwork. So check it out. We talked about having him on the show again soon, so we should do that at some point. But I'll have to sit down and get that scheduled and try to have him on. because it's always great to talk to him. But yeah, if you want to get the new Zodiacs, and I highly recommend it, this is the diamond code. You give your retailer, let them know that you want it. All right, moving on to our last two choices. We have Gatchaman, Only One Earth, #1. Now, this is a 4-issue miniseries. The writer on this is Tommy Lee Edwards. Artist is Nuno Platti, I think is how you say it. And Tommy Lee Edwards is the cover artist on this as well. I've been enjoying the Gatchaman stuff from Mad Cave, another great Mad Cave title. Now, this Gatchaman stuff is more the Japanese versions and less of the US version. The US version, which was Battle of the Planets. And they've been doing like an ongoing series, and then they've been doing a series of one-shots and mini-series. And all the one-shots and mini-series has been just as good as the regular title. Although I got to admit, I've been enjoying a lot of the ones by Tommy Lee Edwards. He also did the June one-shot, and I think he might have done the Ken one-shot as well. And I'm glad to see he's writing a miniseries. So if you know the name, he's done a lot of great artwork. Most notably for me, he did a series when Gerard Way had the Young Animals. He was the artist on Mother Panic for most of that series. I think just about the entire run. And that's one book I love. I'd love to see that character brought back in Batman or something. But I love that whole imprint. I wish it never went away. It was reminded me so much of early Vertigo. But I digress. So I like Tommy Lee Edwards, and I enjoyed his one-shots on the Gatchaman stuff. So I'm on board for this one, and I cannot wait. So I love that it's featuring, I believe this is Joe from the team. He's always the hothead, you know. So, but if I remember right, in the lore of Gatchaman, his family was killed by Galactor or something like that. I don't know. Hopefully they explore it a little bit in the miniseries. But anyways, if you want to check out Gatchaman, Only One Earth, 4 issues, $5. Give them, this is the diamond code that you give your retailer. Let them know that ICR sent you. All right. And then you're a retro fan on top of that. Speaking of retro fans, let's go into our last title this month, which I'm super excited for, is Herculoids #1. This is written by Tom Snagowski, art by Craig Rousseau, and a bunch of cover artists on this one. This is $4.99. This is continuing the Dynamite slew of retro titles and old school properties that they've been doing. And Herculoids I found out about last summer. I was at a convention at Wicked Comic Con. I hosted a panel, which you can watch on this channel if you go back into my videos. Hosted a panel on kids comic books, but I had finally met Tom Snagowski and Gene Atchison, and I whispered to him about Herculoids, and we were able to talk about it on the panel, but I had heard about it like about a month before we had on the panel. And I told him I cannot wait for this book, and I've been liking all his posts on Facebook. He's been promoting it pretty heavily. I hope this is great. Craig Rousseau is no slouch either. Love his artwork. Been a fan for many years. He's done our show, Plastic City Comic Con, a couple times. He's such a great guy, and I love his artwork. He used to do pieces about the Batman animated series and his own comics, Paraponauts, and he's worked with Rich Woodall, who's another guest at our show. And yeah, so I love these guys. So I think they're going to put something together awesome here and do justice to, Alex Toth's creations. And Herculoids is such a fun book, or such a fun cartoon, that I cannot wait to see it brought back. And I think they're going to do such a fantastic job with this. So this gets my highest recommendation. I don't even need to read it. I know this is going to be great already. So if you want to check it out, this is the diamond code. Give your retailer and tell them Keith from Indie Comics Relay sent you for this one, because this is going to be a fun book. So all right, everyone, that is all our choices for this month on Indie Comic Recommendations. I thank you so much for checking out these videos. This channel's growing, which is so great. Thank you for helping us get there. If you continue to like videos, recommend, subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with other people that you think might like this, and let's get more indie creators involved, more indie readers. Let's get indie out there. I want indie to be on the level of Marvel and DC at some point. I already think it is, but we got to get the numbers. We got to get the people that are afraid to try anything but Spider-Man to come and check out some of the wonderful indie books happening outside of the perimeter of Marvel and DC. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for watching as always. And we, tune into our live streams every other Monday. And most importantly, read some comics. All right, everybody, have a great week, and we will talk to you later. Bye.